Hey, how you doing? Live chat. How about that? Boom. There we go. Hi, how you doing? Happy Sunday evening. Hey, Lexus. Y'all come on in here. Let's get a quick send. Oh, hopefully hey, hopefully your finals went good and everybody is on summer break maybe or for the summer semester. Seeing all the graduations, all the pinnings, and back at it. For those who are still in the trenches, y'all make sure you double tap the live and tell me what program of study you're in. I've been passing my quizzes like nothing. Yes. Congratulations. I am streaming on YouTube, so hey, YouTubers. I'll start in just a second. Hey, I just wanted to share my good news. I had my dosage last. Okay. You made a 100. Yes. And I had a hard time before watching your lives. Oh my gosh. It makes me so excited. So excited to hear. Oh man. Alrighty. Y'all ready to just jump into it? Starting LPN RN on 2. Hey, Bridge, come on. Oh, man. Y'all out here getting it, doing it, doing it, doing it. Look at you doing stuff that you never thought you could do. Just put the puzzle pieces together. So here I have, what's this? Looks like milliliter per hour. So when you give an IV infusion, there are two ways that you can do it. You can do it via pump or via gravity. When it's on a pump, you are going to be looking for milliliters per hour. When it's via gravity, you're going to be looking for drops per minute. Either way it goes, you're looking for what? Volume over time. So what is our goal? So I know it's been up here, son, because that's the first thing you have to do, right? So we are looking for milliliters per hour, okay? So my goal is ml over hour, right? You start on June 30th. Cool. Congratulations to everybody who started. Love it. The nurses are coming, y'all. Okay, so what are the milliliters in this problem? What is volume? What is the volume? Y'all let me know in that. This is a very interactive live. And I am on YouTube, so as soon as we get done studying, it will be on there. Okay? 200 ml, okay? So 200 milliliters. That's volume, right? So, what is your infusion time? How long do they want this to go over? Yes, they are. They're under the playlist of the replays, the Study Buddy Sunday and Work It Out Wednesday replays. What's the infusion time? How long do they want this to go over? 60 minutes. Okay. So, that's volume time, okay? So, therefore, that's all that we need, okay? So, my puzzle piece needs to look like this when I get finished. So, 200 mLs on the top, and I've got 60 minutes on the bottom. We could have easily, I guess, converted 60 minutes to an hour on this one, but I like to keep it consistent because with dimensional analysis, the way that you do one is the way that you're going to do all of them. So until you get comfortable and you get that little swag about yourself, I'm going to show you how to do it the same way every single time. So I know I need an hour at the bottom, so I know that 60 minutes equals to 1 hour. Minutes cancels out, and now you have milliliter an hour at the bottom. So that's going to be 200 milliliters per hour. Easy peasy, puzzle peasy. Hey Jess, how are you? How you doing? Okay. So next one. A nurse is preparing to administer normal saline 8 milliliters per kilogram to infuse over 3 hours to a patient who weighs 16 kgs. The nurses set the IV over how many milliliters per hour. I make it look so easy because you're gonna make it look easy too. Get that easy 100, right? Hey, Queen Bay official, how are you? So a nurse is to normal saline 8 milliliters per kilogram to whoa. What did I do? Wait a minute. My bad. Here we go. I'm sorry, y'all. So 8 milliliters infused over 3 hours to a patient who weighs 16 kilograms. The nurse should set the IV pump to deliver how many milliliters per hour? Round to the nearest whole number. Y'all make sure that, thank you, I appreciate it, that you round how they tell you to round, okay? That's one of the main things that people mess up on. You set up the problem flawlessly, but you don't round like they tell you to, and then they don't give you the points, okay? So what is this asking for me to give it? You say you're happy that I'm on? I'm happy to be here. You are the reason why I posted calculate. Reasons! I just gave you the puzzle pieces and you put them together. You're very welcome. Okay, what's the goal, y'all? Okay, hey Vicky, I see you putting in the answer. Okay, milliliter per hour, right? Boom. Alrighty. So we're gonna pick out our puzzle pieces. So if you haven't been here before, we're not doing math. We're simply piecing together things like a puzzle, okay? So what's together is together. What's by itself is going to stay by itself. So what's together, they're married. They're a pair. When you move one, you move the other, okay? When it's single, it'll go over one because it's as a Pringle, not ready to mingle, okay? So I know I have milliliters per kilogram. That's together, right? And then we have 3 hours. Okay, that's by itself. So I'll let it stay by itself. And then we 16 kilograms, right? That's the patient's weight. So we are always going to start with our goal, okay? And that's that top goal. Your goals are your top priority right now. They come first. So keep your goals first. So start with the milliliter on the top. This puzzle piece right here has milliliters in it, so it's going to be first. 8 milliliter over kgs, okay? All right, so the way that you can tell what comes next is what's on the bottom. That doesn't equal this that's on the bottom, okay? Because remember, we're trying to get our equation to look like that goal because that's how you answer the question and get the points. So next needs to be kilograms. So 16 kilograms, and remember it's single. So I'll put it over 1 and the kgs cancel out. So I've used this. And the only thing that's left is my 3-hour puzzle piece. Do we put the top or do we put it on the bottom? Nurse K, by the way, don't want to interrupt, but this training is awesome. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Nurse K, what type of nurse are you? We're going to put it on the bottom, right? Because that's where it told us to. Boom. So now you see we've got milliliter at the top and hour at the bottom. So I have not done any math yet. Grab my calculator. Now I can do the math because my equation is finished, right? So you see how easy this can be. ED and dialysis. Oh my gosh, I love dialysis. I didn't do dialysis, but I was a nephrology nurse. So big ups. So 8 times 16 is going to be 128, right? And then on the bottom is 3. Boom. So 42.66 reading. Round to the nearest whole number, right? What would be our answer if we round this to the nearest whole number? This setup is easy. Oh my goodness. Yes. That is my goal, to make dosage calculations easy so you can defeat it, okay? It won't defeat you. So our answer would be 43 milliliters per hour. Boom. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for sharing those too. How y'all doing this night before the holiday? Thank you for the follow, A Boogie. Yes, I've been on here 5 minutes and I feel better. Stop. Hey, Canadian registered nurse. I'm glad you feel better. Oh, I go live like officially on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. But every now and then, like tonight, I might have a little in my system. Not gonna lie, y'all. I had like long weekend, and I got some much needed rest yesterday and today. So I'm kind of up right now. So yeah. I'm just started my journey back into school at 32. Okay, what that mean, Carissa? But congratulations, your time is now. Your path is not everybody else's path. Okay, I was an LPN for 10 years and I went back. Okay, it's okay. I'm so serious. Thank you. You're very welcome. Can you do desired over half times quantity? I will. I will, but I will double, triple dog dare you to learn dimensional. Be doing yourself a favor. So I know a lot of people don't like dimensional because they don't understand it. But the way that I teach it is very much different. And like some people have said, it's even fun. It's easy. When you do dimension, you don't have to learn a different way. And you can do every problem the same way, from the easiest version to the most hardest critical drip problem. Okay? But I'll show it to you. Hey, I have some hard ones that you need me to do. Black Panther, you always coming with something. I love it. Do I practice nursing? Yes, I am on a travel contract now and I just extended. Dimensional is a must. Yes. Can you do an example of how we determine if it's safe? Yeah, I think I got a safe dose one on here. Okay, so a physician orders 2,500 milliliters normal saline over 12 hours. You have 20 drops per milliliter on hand. What is the milliliter per hour? So what is this asking for us to find? Because this is a trick, but you have to learn how to read and follow directions. That is very much an integral and important part of nursing, is reading and directions. Okay? I feel like I know the conversions already, but then when I try to do the dimensional, it becomes confusion. Okay, Portia, so we're going to follow this step by step the same way every time tonight, okay? And see if you can pick up in. If you follow your goal, because the goal is what the question is asking, and y'all have told me that we are looking for milliliter per hour this time, right? And you set it up with what's on top that you're looking for, everything else cancels. Okay. All right. Anyone you can recommend for pharmacology? Hey, yeah, pharmacology for nurses. That's her name. All right. So y'all, if we need milliliter at the top, what is our milliliters in the problem? What is our volume? Okay. Okay. How many hours or what time does it says that we need to fuse this over? Don't we leader at the top, an hour at the bottom? Does that look like our goal? Many of you would have been like, well, this is a drops per minute question. No, it's not, because what did it ask you for? What did it ask you for? You see what I'm saying? That's why you got to read and pay attention and only give it what it wants. If you are not writing your goal on the top of your paper, or after you, like, I would implore you to do so. If you're not picking out your puzzle pieces and putting them to the side like I've been doing, I would implore you to do so. Because a lot of people say that they are intimidated by like the longer words or the paragraphs and all those numbers and stuff thrown in there. Well, you put what's together and you lay them on the side like I've been doing, you can see, yeah. I'm watching your Nurse Hub video right now. Nurse Hub? Who's on Nurse Hub? I'm on Nurse Hub. I don't know what Nurse Hub is. So yeah, we'll do 2,500 divided by 12. So it's 208.33, okay? And then let's round this to the nearest whole number. Answer B. This is so true. I use this method of writing a goal and I ain't missed one yet. I'm telling you. Boom. Answer would be 208 milliliter per hour. I don't see a little chat thingy on here. Okay. Y'all like this so far? Let's get those double taps up. Thank you. I appreciate it. Girl, started my second semester and you helped me pass my first semester math and my second. Yes, congratulations. Do yours. I don't see one. I don't see one. I don't see it. It was in the chat. The goal was milliliter per hour. So that's why we did milliliter on the top and hour on the bottom. You don't round it. I did. I rounded it to 208, to the whole number. Who do I recommend for pharmacology? Pharmacology for nurses. That's her name. So we don't convert the hours to minutes. Nope, because what did the goal ask you? What did the goal ask you? You only give the goal what it wants, nothing more and nothing less. Okay? Dosage cal is so easy. Yes, it can. Normal saline 250 milliliters with amiodarone 1 gram at milliliter. What is going fast? Okay, wait a minute. Y'all see, I be up here. I'm tutoring, y'all. This came from a session earlier. I do private tutoring and about to start a subscription kind of thing in July, where I have specific nights on specific topics on Zoom. So be on the lookout for it. So, you know, we're going to get through nursing school and dosage calc will be defeated. So you got 250 milliliters of normal saline with amiodarone. So got 1 gram in it at 17 milliliters per hour. How many milligrams per minute? All right, so your puzzle pieces are 250 milliliters with 1 gram in it and 17 milliliters per hour. Those are your 2 puzzle pieces, right? If you have a goal, which is milligrams, and you don't have milligrams in your puzzle pieces, but you have grams, start with a conversion. If you don't have it in your puzzle piece, pull out your conversions. So I know I'll do 1,000 milligrams over 1 gram because I need to convert the grams to milligrams. Now I can do gram over 250 ml. I just took this one right here and whoop, flipped it. I flipped the scene, right? And then what's next? Excuse me. My milliliters at the bottom. So this has my milliliters in it. 17 milliliters per hour. And you see my milliliters cancels out. So I'm just going from top to bottom, canceling out units. No math required, okay? And then the last need is minutes at the bottom. I got hour. So I know that 1 hour equals to 60 minutes. And now my puzzle is completed. And this came from somebody who put it in the chat. If you're looking like, well, what are you talking about? This question in the chat. So I've never even seen this question before. But you see how I just put it there using puzzle pieces? Didn't know what the crap it was going on. But what was together is together. What's by itself is by itself. You always start with your goal. If you always start with what's on top of your, which is your goal, you can cancel out anything. And if you don't have it, use your conversions. That's why it's so important to learn them, okay? I got 1.13333 milligrams per minute. I don't know yet. I'm gonna come out with some more. It ain't gonna break the bank though, cause I know y'all in nursing school. I promise. Sheesh, you make that look easy. You can do it too. Yes, I pray that you do exceedingly abundantly above all you can ask or think on this TEAS test. Where's a good place for a conversion sheet? I have one on my website. It's under the study resources. Okay. How y'all doing? The milligrams to grams is confused. I don't know how to convert. All right, so let me break this down. So if you've been here before, you know that I like to compare things to things because that's how my brain works. And it's how a lot of your brains work too. So if you have a cookie is 1 gram, okay? So you got a 1 gram size cookie. You break down into crumbs. It takes 1,000 crumbs to come together to make 1 cookie. So those crumbs are your milligrams. So 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. If you pick up a crumb and you smush it down further to little dust particles, right? Micro sized pieces. You know that 1,000 micrograms comes together to make 1 milligram. Then 1,000 of those crumbs, which are your milligrams, comes together to make one big cookie. And then you're really feeling big backish. So you go to Costco and you want a whole bunch of cookies. So one big kahuna, 1 kilogram sized container, 1,000 cookies in it. So that's 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms. You see how they're all separated by the factor of 1,000? 1 to 1,000, 1 to 1,000, 1 to 1,000. The 1 is the biggest, is going to be by the biggest of the two of the units of measure. So, you know, you need 1,000 little pieces to come together to make one big piece. Make it make sense for you? Honey. Yes, I'm excited about it. I'm excited to offer. Okay, I know we have to know, but are we actually doing dosage calc on the job in 2025? Well, I can take you back to 2024 when all the computers went down and we had to go to paper charts. Or I can take you back when it was COVID and we ran out of IV pumps and a lot of supplies. So, yeah. And then if you want to be a pediatric nurse, for sure. If you want to be an ICU nurse, for sure. Okay? Yeah, and then if you just on the floor now, who you trusting? The pharmacist with 2 legs and 2 arms and a head, or the doctor with two legs, 2 arms and a head, who's sending stuff through you, and you have to, nah, this is not right. You send it back because you're the last line of defense between your patient and what they're about to get. Yep. All right, you guys, let's do this one. You broke that down better than I could ever. I ain't gonna shame no professors on here. We all just trying to make it. What's an easy way? Barbie, I have a video on my YouTube channel. It's under the dosage basics play. So yeah. Yep. That'll help you. Okay, right, and my license won't be on the line for something wrong. Speaking of license beyond, don't go on here once you get those, okay? Okay, all right. So, what is our goal here? What are we looking for? I'm just being so serious because I don't see more and more. I was like, wait a minute, now somebody else doing it? Like, wait a minute now. Don't do it. Please don't do it. We work too hard on these puzzle pieces. Do nothing in the parking lot, in the break room, by the insignia of the hospital with your badge showing. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. So we're looking for drops per minute. Okay. Do it. Get ready with me, and then show you walking out the door. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Don't do it. All right, so we're looking for what volume over time. Okay, so this is the other example of an IV problem, because the first one was drips. Well, sorry, first one was IV pump. This one is your drips. So you're still going to need volume over time, and you're also going to need the drop factor. Okay, so what is our volume? What is the milliliters on here? Oh, we had no pass. Wait a minute. Whoa. Congratulations. We clap for victories here, okay? So 1,000 ml. Boom. Now, what is your infusion time? We're not going to do this one right here, okay? We focus on this one. All right, 12 hours. So then we need a drop factor too, okay? 15 drops per ml. All right, if our goal is GTTs or drops, we're gonna start that. So 15 drops over ml. Next, we got our milliliters at the bottom. So this one's coming next, 100. sorry, 1,000 milliliters over 12 hours. Make sure you put that zero in there because we all know that a zero can mess up your problem greatly, right? You can make it either too big or too small. All right, so my last do is change my hours into minutes. So 1 hour equals 60 minutes. And you see that all of your converting takes place within your equation. So all you have to do is one computation, okay? Boom, 15 times 1,000. Whoa, that's a calculator on my screen, my bad. Divided by 12, divided by 60. Okay, so we got 20.83333. You cannot divide a drop. It's either a drop or not. If you walk in the kitchen and the drop stop halfway or cut off, then you need to get out the house. All right. So if we rounded this to the number, what would our answer be? Nuna. I multiply across the top and get a number, multiply across the bottom and get a number. But I use the calculator trick. Keep everything inside the calculator. And that's a time-saving kind of trick that I can show you if you would like me to. So 21 drops per minute. 21. Okay, so what do we have? 15 times 1,000. And then 12 and 60. So 15. Whoa, not what I needed. So it's going to be basic. 15 times 1,000. And then we just hit divide 12, divide 60. So you see we put the numbers across the top end and then we hit divide. Then we put the numbers on the bottom and we hit divide in between those. And then I hit the equal sign one time. Boom. Never left the calculator. That is the calculator trick, my friends. Drops is always to the whole number. Yep. Now some people like don't round it, you know, whatever. You do what who has the power to fail or pass you want you to do, okay? But in theory, you can't divide a drop. So therefore, you should always round it to the whole number. Okay? She said, oh my God, yeah. It comes in real good handy when you have those problems that are like weight based and they get real long, and you know they kind of go in like to the millions and you're like, oh my gosh, all these zeros. And you know the more steps that you take, the more mistakes you are liable to make. So I like to make it short, sweet, and to the point. You haven't sent, do you have a course? Yeah, I do have a course actually. I have a course. I have a full dosage course on my site. I've got an IV course on my site. And then of course I have my workbook that's on there. Okay. All right, so let's do a Pitocin. You know, OB and mental health was my worst two classes, I believe. What classes are your favorite? Let's start with that. I'm a med-surg nurse, so med-surg was my favorite. All right, available is 20 units of Pitocin and 1,000 milliliters of lactated Ringers, prescribed in milli-units per minute. How many milliliters per hour will the nurse set as the rate? So first things first, y'all, what is the goal? What are we looking for? Okay. Do you have anything that can HESI? It's coming up so that you can start. Okay, so HESI and T's entrance exam for like the math part, look at Jakara Lewis, Jakara Lewis, Lewis. She's on here. I think she's T's Test Math. And then she also has YouTube videos. She's awesome. Also, Audrey Codner, Codner. She's on with math too. I had something similar in the exam. Okay, cool. All right, so listen, before we start this, so I want to show you something, okay? everything can't be measured in a gram or a milligram. Some stuff has units that it comes in, international units like Pitocin or heparin or insulin, right? So if 1 gram equals 1,000 milligrams, 1 unit equal what? 1,000 milliunits. Don't get thrown off just because it changed the unit of measure. Okay? Yes, I used her and Brandon Craft. I scored high in math, and I'm not a math person. Yeah, they're awesome, awesome mathematicians. Yep. Okay. So it threw you off. Does that make sense though, Edmund? Now, like we here. Okay. Okay. So what's together stays together, right? 20 units is in. You see that? In, that's the wedding ring word, right? So they are bound together. 20 units is in that lactated ringers. And then we are prescribed 15 MUs. I'm not writing milliunits out because I'm not going to. All right, per minute. And so now, what are we going to start with? What is our goal? What are we starting with? Yeah, I stepped outside on my porch and I got big mosquito. It itches. I love the summertime because like my birthday is coming up and it's in the summer, you know, but golly, these mosquitoes are ruthless. All right, so we're starting with milliliters. So we take this piece and we flip it so that our milliliters are on top, right? So 20 units is on the bottom. So next we need units, right? Do we have units in our puzzles? When's my birthday? June 8th. Sternocleidomastoid. That's my favorite muscle. Okay, because we always start with what's on top. The goal is on the top, right? Yes, ma'am. Right? When's your birthday, Queen Bey official? So we take the puzzle that has that unit of measure in it, which is that one, and I take it and I just flip it. Where's my puzzle piece? I don't know. Oh, there it goes. Look. Okay, so you see this? Well, see this? I'm working with like 2 different setups here. Y'all forgive me. You can reposition your puzzle piece any way you like it. Any way you want it. That's the way you need it. But it didn't change it, right? It's the piece. No matter where I put it. Okay? So you want to make your puzzle look like the goal because that's the picture on the puzzle box. That's what we're trying to achieve. So every unit of measure that's on the top goal, that's the first thing that you start with. Even if you have to flip it, okay? Everybody's like, flip it. I'm like, yes, flip it. Flip it. All right. So now we don't have units on the bottom, I mean milliunits. We have units. Sorry, we don't have units, we have milliunits. So we'll do our conversion. I know that 1 unit equals 1,000 milliunits. So boom, those cancels out. And now I can put my 15 MUs over my minute. My MUs crossed out. And we need hour at the bottom. I have minute. So my last puzzle piece will be 60 minutes over 1 hour. Boom, boom. Puzzle is complete, and now you can do the math. Purple rose, you would know when to flip. What's on the bottom has to go on the top. And we always start with what our goal is. So with whatever that top goal is, you look for a puzzle piece with that in there. If it's on the bottom, just simply flip it and put it at the top. Okay? Oh man, this mosquito bite itches. All right, let me do math. 1,000 times 15 times 60 divided by, because it's like 900,000 divided by 20 divided by 1,000. I got 45 milliliters per hour. You're welcome. 45 mLs per hour. Yeah, you're welcome. I know, I just don't feel like, it's all the way upstairs. I got some hydrocortisone, but like, I don't know. Nurses are the worst patients. I know what the freak Fred never to do. All right, y'all got any questions about this before I move on? No? All right, then it's gone. It's gone. Ooh, okay. D5. Half normal saline with 20 MEQs KCl to infuse at 80 milliliters per hour. On hand is IV tubing with 15 drops per milliliter. What happened? Calculate the flow rate in drops per minute. Okay. So, what is our goal here? You said, okay, you learn something new every day. Cool. Life learning process. Can we do, are we going to be on till midnight? No. What time is it? 10 o'clock? You might get 15 more good minutes out of me. Can we do a day versus dose? You know I struggle with those. Vicky. Yeah, I'll see if I got one. It's 11 o'clock your time. Oh, you on Eastern time. I'm Central. Okay, so we're looking for drops per minute. Okay, so what is our volume over time? Do we have something with volume over time already in it? Thank y'all for the likes and shares. I appreciate it. Boom. 80 milliliters per hour. And aren't they married? They go together, right? Real bad. And so next, we know we need a drop factor, right? So 15 drops per milliliter. Okay. So you didn't see it? Yep. So you saw all of this, which is, guess what it is? Excuse me, fluff. It's fluff. It's fluff. There's a lot of fluff too. Fluff. Distractor. Yomi, if you, I think you're new here. I call it fluff. That's my word. What's my word? Fluff. Why you gotta say it like C? Fluff. Don't use it. Important for the bedside, but not for your dosage calculations problem. You new here? What program are you in? Fluff. Yes. All right. So how are we going to start this question out if we're looking for drops on the top? Drops on the top. Raindrop, drop top. So we'll do 15 drops per mil. Okay. That was this puzzle piece because I needed my drops on the top. So I got them right there, right? Next, I need milliliters to come up and be put on the top. So that's this puzzle piece, 80 milliliters per hour. And then I need to cancel out my hours and make them minutes. So 1 hour equals 60 minutes. Boom, boom. And that's it. So 15 times 80 divided by 60. So you 15 times 80 divided by 60 equals 20 drops per minute. And you see how fast I did that? A lot of people say, well, I'm scared of dimensional because I think that I won't have enough time to all out this, that, and the third. Well, first of all, I drag it out because I'm trying to, get it to you. But once you get the hang of it, you're going to be going through these things. And that calculator trick will save you even more time because you're writing down all of these numbers, clickety-clacking and writing all these numbers, then click-clack some more and get your answer. Yeah. Wow, that was more simple than I thought. So is the rest of these dosage calculations problems. And we do them the same way. The same way. Okay? Yep. Oh, shoot. Okay, here we go. So this one is a weight-based problem. So with your weight-based, can I unscribble the fluff? Unscribble the fluff. Okay. It was just the name of the or the type of medicine. That's what it was. It'd be the fluff that confuses you. Look for your goal. What is the goal telling you? We want volume over time. How much of the liquid over how much time to get it. That's what the goal wanted, right? The rule of thumb is to get volume over time. Exactly. Exactly. All right. I love that you're doing this. I love that you're here. Thank you for participating in the live. The nurses are coming, y'all. Nurses are. All right. So the way. Okay. Wait a minute. Let me make it so I can write on it. The medication order reads drug B, 30 milligrams per kilogram per dose by mouth every 6 hours. The patient weighs 88 kgs. Drug B is in the concentration of 200 milligrams per 5 milliliters. How many milliliters of the drug will you administer? So what is our goal here? What's the goal? It just said milliliters, right? So when it just says milliliters and it doesn't say per day, per minute, per hour, what's the name of the class? Dose calculations. So if it does not have any indication on how much or how often, or like, is it for the whole day? Is it for this much time? Calculate for one dose, okay? So drug B, we got our prescription. So we need the 3 P's. We need our patient's weight, we need the prescription, and we need the product, which is your medicine, okay? So 8 grams is our patient's weight. We've got 30 milligrams per kilogram per dose, okay? So is it asking us for milliliters for the whole day? No, it is not. So therefore, we don't need this part, which is the frequency. That's how many doses are in the day. If it's not asking you about the amount for the whole day, you're not going to need it in this case, okay? And then we've got 200 milligrams per 5 ml, okay? So those are all of our puzzle pieces. How are we going to start this puzzle? I said that so drawn out and dramatic. Start this puzzle. Okay, flip it, right? 5 ml over 200. Okay, I've got milligrams at the bottom, so I know I need grams at the top, right? What's next? Shorty Spice, love it. I love me some Spice Girls. All right, so we'll do the 30 milligrams per kilogram per dose. They all move together. One band, one sound. Boom. Now, we've got at the top, and so we know that everything else has to get canceled out. Remember, we got a dose ghost. There is a dose ghost. You can't see it. It's hanging there, but it's not really there. Because remember, I told you, if we're not looking for day, per minute, per hour, it is assumed to be one dose. Kind of like the coefficients or the understood U. You know what I'm saying? You don't see it, but it's understood. Okay? And so, what are we looking for? Kilograms, right? We got a puzzle piece with kilograms. 88 kilograms. And since it's by itself, I'll put it over 1. So everything is gone except for milliliters per dose, which is what we're looking for. Hey, Sam. How you doing? So 5, 30, and 88. So 5 times 30 times 88 divided by 200 equals 66. Calculator trick in real live action. Okay? How y'all like it? How you like it? How y'all feeling? Is it a little bit less intimidating? Just a little bit less? Another one. It's like, show it again. Do it again. You say you're locked in? Cool. So for those of you who are new here, I do have a YouTube channel that I'm streaming here now. Hey YouTubers who are hanging with me. So once we get done studying, it will be on there for a replay. I also have individual problems broken down. So use it. Use it for when I'm not online, okay? You're a newbie here. Hey Boogie, what program are you in? You like my way? Cool, thank you. All right. So a client weighs 33 kilograms. The nurse is to start an IV drip at 11 micrograms per kilogram per minute. The IV bag is labeled 150 milligrams and 250 milliliters of lactated ringers. How many milliliters per hour will the IV infuse? Okay. So what are we looking for? What is our goal? I'm gonna have to get my charger in a few minutes. Let's see. Hopefully it won't cut the screen off. I don't think it will. Let me see. Ooh. All right. Yeah. Okay. So all right. So boom. Milliliters per hour. Okay, so we're gonna write out our puzzle pieces. Remember to keep what's together together and what's by itself by itself. So 33 kilograms, boom, that's the patient's weight. Our prescription is 11 micrograms per kilogram per minute, micrograms per kilogram per minute. Okay, and then 50 mg's is in 250 milliliters, and that's all it gave us, right? So this one needs milliliters at the top. So what is my first puzzle piece gonna be? My first puzzle piece will be what? Flip it. Exactly. So 250 milliliters over 150 milligrams. Okay. Now I need milligrams at the top because what's on the bottom automatically has to go to the top if it's not the goal, right? Because that's not hour. We're making our way towards hour, right? We have milligrams. We've got micrograms. So this is when your metric conversions come in handy. So I know that we'll put milligrams on the top and we'll put micrograms on the bottom. 1 milligram equals 1,000. Remember that? 1 to 1,000. 1 to 1,000. 1 to 1,000. Okay? Don't make it harder than what it is. So boom. Now you can put your 11 micrograms per kilogram per minute. Boom. Okay? And then we got kilograms and minutes now. So we use that. We can put our 33 kilograms, and remember single, so it'll go over 1, and the kilograms crosses out. My last piece is minute, and I need hour. So 60 minutes equals to 1 hour. Everything is now gone except for milliliters at the top, hours at the bottom. Can you do a reconstitution? Listen, let me tell you the secret to reconstitution. Concentrate on the concentration of the medicine. God's gift. Oh, congratulations. Yay, that's awesome. Concentrate on the concentration. All that extra, this is in the vial, this is how much water you add, blue, 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 that matter. Concentrate on the concentration of the medicine. That book is the GOAT. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of the feedback. So this is the book they're talking about. Well, it's open. Let me close it so you can see. This book is big and it's thick and it's cute and it's pink and it's got all of me in book form, basically. Okay. Thanks. It'd be so many numbers. Yeah. Okay. So what am I supposed to be doing? I'm supposed to be getting the answer. So this is like when the calculator trick comes in handy for real. These long weight-based problems. So 250 times 11 times 33 times 60 divide. So you see it's like 5 million something, right? Keep going. It'll get smaller. So we hit divide. 150. Divide. 1,000. 1 and 1. Boom. So that's it. Equals 36.3 milliliters per hour. Pink, my favorite color. How did you guess? How did you ever guess? Hey, I know you. How are you? It's good to put a name and a face together. Your computer, yes. The book is pink. My computer's pink. My office is pink. I'm pink. Yeah. Exactly. I do have an affinity for pink. Oh, this is cool. So this is one that was it Vicky? Was it you who was asking about it? You still here, Vicky? I'm tickled pink. I like to have fun, y'all. So, okay, I'm gonna show you this. So y'all read this while I kind of make a confession. I was studying, and it was like, yeah, I like her, but she a little bit this, I don't know. And it was like, I'd rather listen to else. And I was like, well, it kind of made me think about it. And I was like, I like to have fun when I do dosage calculations. What you see is what you get, me all the time. And I like to break it down so that it's easy and it's not intimidating. And I was like, well, maybe I should put on my lab coat that I customize myself and put on my glasses and try to talk prim and proper. Like, you know what, no, that's not Nurse C. And I think that a lot of y'all appreciate my authenticity. So it is what it is. I have the same computer, but pink is not my favorite color. Red is. Yeah, so the back red, right? Pink Power Ranger, exactly. All right, so that was just my little kind of out there. So if you're new here, we like to have fun, okay? I like to kind of make this a space that you can learn and ask questions and be empowered in your nursing program, okay? Yeah. And you send good vibes. That was what we need dealing with these uptight professors. I'm hollering. Stop. I love y'all too. And I'm a little country because I'm from Alabama. Where are y'all tuning in from? Okay, a weight-based one, and this is like what Vicky was talking about earlier, day versus dose. How to figure out how to use the goal to see what it is that you need, okay? So drug X, 2.5 milligrams per day, every 6 hours, has been ordered for a patient that weighs 20 kilograms. Drug A is available in the concentration of 10 milligrams per 2 milliliters. How many milliliter dose will be administered? So what is the goal? Okay. What is the goal? Delaware. National. Hey, that's what's up. Do you teach drops per minute? Yeah, we just did a couple of those. Hershey Life. I just did it in my head. I don't know how to do this yet. Okay, Daniel. Well, you pretty doggone smart. You did this in your head. So milliliters per dose. So you see how I got all of what this is asking me? You see, I said mill per dose because it could have said milliliter per day. But now what we want per dose. So remember the 3 P's because this is a weight-based program, right? PPP, the patient's weight, the prescription, the product. I said a weight-based program. Weight-based problem. Excuse me. So we're doing 20 kilograms, and then our order is for, or our prescription is for 2.5 milligrams per kilogram slay. Now let's pause for a second, and we're going to bring out some colors because colors make it a little bit easier, okay? So look, you see how your goal has dose in it, right? And your prescription has this amount for the whole day. If your goal is asking for a dose, but your prescription is for a day, then we are also going to need the frequency, which tells us how many doses are in the day. Do you see that? Do you understand where I'm going so far? So if we have 24 hours in a day and we're to give a dose every 6 hours, that means there are going to be 4 doses in the day. So one day has 4 doses. So now I have a puzzle piece that will cancel out my day and give me dose at the bottom. Okay. All right. So my last piece would be the patient's the medicine, right? So 10 milligrams per 2 ml. All right. So let's set it up. What's our first puzzle piece going to be? What is our first piece going to be? So, question for you: dose versus day. When day is in the question, you divide, and when the day is the equation, you divide. Okay, I think I got what you're saying, Kim. I think I kind of wrote that down. Okay, so 2 ml over 10 mg's. Yep. So then, what's next? Do we have milligrams in our pieces? Yep, we do. 2.5 mg's per kg/day. Boom, boom. Okay. Now we got kilograms and days. So do we have kilograms in our puzzle pieces? Because we use that, we use that. We do got kilograms. I like it when they do the converting. That's just one less step that you have to do. Kilograms, and then the last puzzle piece is day. So 1 day, 4 doses. Boom, boom. So we'll do 2.5 times 20 divided by 10 divided by 4. I got 2.5 milliliters per dose. If it says day, we divide it. If it says dose, we don't. Boom, Kim, you got it. I wrote it out at the end. 1 day is 24 hours, 6 hours. Okay, you can do it like that too, SOS. I don't like, every time I see day or 24 hours, I automatically just cross it out and put day, because like you had it in your problem how 6 hours, if you don't put another hour to cross those 24 hours out, then you would end up dividing by 24 and it'll mess up your problem, or multiplying by 24 depending on where it's at, on top or the bottom. So yeah, how did I get 4 doses? Because there are 24 hours in a day and we are to give a dose every 6 hours. So 24 divided by 6 is going to be 4. Okay. Could you do a demonstration of med math and then when to draw up in a syringe? I don't have any practice syringes. You got a forever supporter? Yes, thank you. Can this be done in desired over half times quantity? Yeah, need some steps. So if you do desired over half for this, you are going to do your weight, so 20 kilograms times your 2.5 milligrams, okay? And that's going to give you 50 milligrams, and that's per day. You then will need to divide this by how many doses there are in the day, right? So divide that by 4, which is going to be 12.5 milligrams per dose. So then you can do your 12.5 mg over your 10 mg's times your 2 ml. And you should get the same thing. Oh, that's what I was getting. That's what I get for reading it fast. Yeah, slow down. So that's how you would do it with desired over half. So desired over half is cool. It's easy for the easier problems, but when you get to stuff like this, if you're not math savvy, then it gets a little bit hard. So you know, you pick your way that you want to do it. What am I looking for? That's the book they were talking about. That's some of the practice problems that are in there. So you see, you got your micrograms per milliliter, your patient liters per day type of problems that we just went over. That was an IV completion problem that somebody had asked for. And this is PEDS weight-based, but safe dosage, which is also based on the weight. It's easy when the units are the same, right, Kimberly? If the units are different, then you definitely have to convert. All right, Dr. let me erase this. Orders drug B for a child that weighs 98 pounds. The safe dose range for drug B is 5 to 6.5 milligrams per kilogram per day. What safe dosage for this child? So we're just using the patient's weight to see the least that they can get and the most that they can get. I always call this the green zone. So this is just what is safe. Anything that's outside of that range is not safe to give to the patient. All right. So this is milligrams. That's how many milligrams. And this is going to give us for the whole day. All right. So our goal is milligrams per day. Our patient's weight is 98 pounds. So we've got 5 mgs per kg slash day. It's the least that they can get. And then the most that they can get is 6 milligrams per kg slash day. Okay. So you got to make 2 different equations. So we want milligrams at the top. We're going to do it the same way. Do y'all see how we've done all of these problems the same exact way? Do you see that? No deviation from the process. And that's what I really, really like about dimensional analysis. You don't have to memorize different formulas to say, oh, okay, I need to put this formula, this formula, this formula, that formula, this, that, and third. No, it's the same way. What's your goal? What's your puzzle pieces? And, start with what you're looking for, and everything else crosses out. Makes it so much easier. All right, so boom, 5 milligrams per kilogram slash day. All right. My patient's weight is in pounds. So we'll do 1 kilogram equals 2.2 pounds. My kilograms cancels out. And now I'll put 98 pounds on the top. And my pounds cancel out. So now I got milligrams at the top and day at the bottom. Puzzle is complete. I think it was 2.5. So 5 times 98 divided by 2.2. And you see also, you don't have to do any extra steps because your equation will do all of the converting for you. If you're wondering, like, am I doing this right? Is it complete? And like, yeah, because you see everything that's on the top and bottom cancel out. And the only thing that should be left is your goal. Once you get the goal, stop, okay? I know it gets in crossing things out on the top and on the bottom, but once you hit that goal, stop, okay? So we'll do the same setup with the 6.5. So 6.5 mgs per kg slash day times 1 kg over 2.2 pounds times 98 pounds over 1. Kilograms cancels out. Pounds cancels out. Milligram on the top and the bottom. It's the exact same thing. So 6.5 times 98 divided by 2.2. 289.545454. So that would be your safe dose range. So I'm just going to round it to the nearest tenths real quick. So this would be the safe zone. Anything less than this or more than this is the red zone. So say if this is just hypothetically speaking, because they didn't give us an order. Say they ordered 315 milligrams per day for that patient. Would that be safe to give to the patient, or would it be unsafe? AKA the frugal boss. Okay, frugal boss. It would be unsafe, right? Because it falls in the red zone. So quit making safe dose range problems complicated. You take that order and you put it on ice. You find the green zone and the red zone. You take that order and you see if it's in the green zone, it'll be safe. If it's less than or more than, then it's in the red zone and it would be unsafe. Okay? Yup. What else we got? Oh, there's another one. Alrighty. So the physician orders drug 250 mgs by mouth 4 times a day for a child weighing 55 pounds. You have Keflex 250 milligram capsules. Cool. The recommended daily dosage is 25 to 50 grams per kilogram per day in divided doses every 6 hours. What is the safe recommended dosage or range for this child? Is the order safe? Okay. If yes, how many capsules would you administer? So I'm going to be looking for milligrams per dose because it asks, is my order safe, right? I've got my patient's weight is 55 pounds. The least, okay, let me pull out my colors. Colors. Ooh, boom. Okay, so that's safe zone, right? This is your patient's weight. And because I'm looking for my doses, I'm going to use my frequency. So that's what we're used. This right here, that's your order. We're going to put this on ice for right now. We'll come back to, you don't do anything with the order when you see these problems for PED safe doses, okay? All right, so safe dose ranges, I meant. 25 is the least. 50 is the most. And then we're also going to need how many doses are in the day. If there are 24 hours in a day and we give a dose every 6 hours, then how many doses are in your day? Okay, so how are we going to set these up? Ours are at the top, right? So we'll do 25 mg per kg/day. Then I don't have any kgs. My patient's weight is in pounds. So I know that 1 kilogram equals to 2.2 pounds. Okay. Now I will do my patient's weight, which is 55 pounds, and it's single and by itself. And my last puzzle piece, because I need dose on the bottom, 5 day, is that in 1 day we give 4 doses. And days cancel out. And now you got mg at the top, boom, and dose at the bottom. Are y'all picking up what I'm dropping with putting together these puzzle pieces? Do y'all like it? Cool. Yes. Okay. Times 55 divided by 2.2 divided by 4. Love dimensional analyses. Hated dimensional analysis. I know you look like, I know you telling the story. I didn't know how it was supposed to go. Like, I was really confused. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the 50. I didn't know how it was supposed to go. I didn't know what to start with. I didn't know what to put on the bottom and what to put on the top. I didn't know, like, what comes next. It was just confusing to me. And I think a lot of people share that sentiment. So, you know, when I say dimensional analysis, they be like, I know you lying. And I'm like, okay, hear me out. Because the way that I teach you is not like math. It's just like putting together a puzzle. And it makes it make it so much more sense, right? So, you know, when you know what you're doing and you know what you're looking for with the goal, keeping the two people together like they're in a relationship, or, you know, like the milligram per day in a 3-way, but no judgment, right? So then you know that you can put these things together like a puzzle and you can get what you're looking for. So yeah, I did not like it. But once I started doing content, and because I was doing ratio and proportion, that was my favorite. I was a pharmacy technician before I was a nurse. So I was mathy and I liked it. And this was confusing. So I said, bump that. I'm going to do something that I know how to do. Ratio and proportion it is. So yeah. All right. So this is our green zone. Okay. Well, tool. Boom, boom. Okay. So here we go. So everything in that green zone is safe. Everything in the red zone is unsafe, right? So 250 grams, that is 1 dose. Is it safe or unsafe? Me too. I was only understanding the over half. Cool. I hate math, but now I rather do this than the other exams. I know that's real. I was like, I know I'm gonna write my name. I got that right, and I got these 5 problems on this dosage count problems. Because every test that we had 5 or 6 dosage calculations problems on every test. This popped up in my algorithm probably because I've been practicing more to get better. Yes, between you, very, very wise to do so. So, you know, I'm doing these flawlessly and it comes easy to me. I'm a dosage tutor. But in order for you to get comfortable, you do have to practice. If you're looking for more practice, I do have a whole workbook that has over 300 plus problems. It's also available in an ebook format. So if you're a tablet girly like me, you can download it. I have quizzes on my website as well. So, you know, y'all in school stuff, I get it. If you want to have a couple more extra practice, I do have quizzes on my website. And I have the videos on my YouTube channel linked to the quizzes. So if you get stuck, you can see how you work it out. Wouldn't it be double the above number? Chandel, or Chandel, I don't know if I said that right. Lady. it would be double that number in this case, but sometimes it's not. In the habit of like, oh, I'm just going to double it or I'm just going to triple it, because they might not be double the initial number at first. So just be careful. And this is a safe dose. It's in the green zone. I like the visual of being able to cross out the units too. It makes it easier. Yes. And you can see what you need and what's already gone. Starting my ABSN soon. This is definitely helping. Congratulations, David. Literally had to learn. I needed to pass with 100% to into my program. So you had yours before you even got into the program. Interesting. Yup, this definitely helped me. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're very, very welcome. All right, y'all want to do another one? And then what time is it? Oh, went past my time. Lord have mercy. Look at y'all holding me hostage. Wait, we wasn't. Oh, we were supposed to say how many capsules to get to the patient, right? All right. If you have Keflex 250 milligram capsules, and what is 250 milligram capsules? How many capsules are you going to give? Okay. All right. Ooh, this is such a help. Just in Alabama, where part? Marie? Hey, throw up your A's. Alabama anthem. All right. I don't know. Earn my CPHT. Okay, come on, certified pharmacy technician. I was a CPHT as well. All right, so I go now. We've all kind of agreed on one capsule, right? You're at Jeff State? Cool. All right. All right, here we go. I went to Lawson and UAB. Doctor orders 200 milligrams of drug A every 8 hours. The child weighs pounds. The safe dosage range for this medication is 5 to 10 kilograms per dose. What is the safe dose range for this child? Is the dose safe? Okay. You started your ABSN pro a week ago. You're here to get a head start. I don't blame you. That's very wise. And if anybody is starting a program, or it's, you know, fresh, learn your metric conversions. Please learn your metrics. That's what's going to really help you get this down. Okay, so milligrams per dose is what we're looking for. Okay, so let's bring out the colors. This is your order. Okay, don't touch it. That's why I put yellow, like skirt skirt. Hold on, save that for a little bit. Okay, your green zone is going to be this. All right, we're also going to need the patient's weight. So I'm going to write my puzzle pieces to the side. How do y'all feel about writing a goal on top and your puzzle pieces to the side? Let's see, 50 pounds. And we've got 5 mg per kg / dose. And we've got 10 mg per kg/dose. And look, let that goal be your best friend. You see how we've got in the goal and we've got dose in your safe dose range. So we don't need to see how many doses in a day because this is the amount for what? One dose. So are y'all kind of getting that day versus dose concept? Use your goal to help pick out what you need. All right. So we're going to set these up like the last one. It helps. I did it on my quiz today. Cool. I'm glad. So 5/kg/dose. Okay. I don't have kilograms. My patient's weight is in pounds. So 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. Kilograms cancels out. And now I can put my 50 pounds over 1 because it's by itself. And then that's it. We've got milligrams on the top and dose on the bottom. All right, so 550 divided by 2.2. Let me see. 5 times 50 divided by 2.2. You see, that's the calculator trick. Boom. 113.63. So I'm going to do 113.6. You round. However, your institution, ATI, HESI tell you to round, okay? All right, so we'll do the same thing with the 10, okay? Every number is not always going to be that first number. So get in the habit of just writing out your equation or just substituting that 5 for 10 if you don't want to write it down again, okay? So, boom, kgs, pounds, milligram on the top, on the bottom. So 10 times 50 divided by 2.2. 10 times 50 divided by 2.2. 2.2. Boom. 227.3. Let's do that. 227.3. And that's milligrams for one dose, okay? So our safe zone is that number to that number, okay? I'm going to put it in the green. Whoop. All right. Anything less than or more than is it. So our order is 200 milligrams. Is this a safe dose? Thank you, Anaya. I appreciate that. It's fall somewhere, right? It's in the green zone. So does safe dose make sense now? Oh, makes dollars, makes sense. Hey, the nurses are coming. Ah, I love it. Okay. Yeah. All right, we'll do this last one. Don't look at the answer. Okay. Time completion. All right, and then I'm going to go to bed. How about that? Y'all barbecuing tomorrow? Y'all remember everybody lied. Some gave all gave some. You know, I'm a military brat. I was a military spouse. So, yeah. Appreciate everybody who has made their sacrifice to this country. Okay? The nurse observes that there is 400 milliliters left in the IV bag, infusing at 50 drops per minute with a drop factor of 20 drops per milliliter. How much will it take to complete the infusion? Okay, so what are we looking for? You're not in nursing school yet, but I like seeing and learning what I'm getting. Yeah, what you're getting yourself into so you can be prepared. Well, be prepared, but don't freak yourself out, okay? Especially with dosage calculations, because you've been on the live tonight. You see that we've done it the same way every single time. And it's like putting together a puzzle piece. So it takes away the sting by saying that it's a puzzle versus math. Yeah. We're going to this now in school. Henny B. Okay, then what you got? What is our goal, y'all? What are we looking for? What are we looking for? What would be our goal? It says how much time, right? So time could be hours, could be minutes, could be seconds, right? Who is that outside? Okay, I'm sorry. When we're looking for somebody blew the horn, I'm like, who is that blowing at this time of night? Um, blew my whole thought. All right. Anytime we're looking for time, we're gonna use hours, and this is why. When you get a whole number, that number is going to be the number of hours. If you get a whole number with a decimal behind it, then that's going to be the minutes. The decimal is going to be the minutes, okay? So we're going to be looking for hours. So let's put all of our puzzle pieces to the side. We got 400 milliliters that's left in the bag. Cool. Something that we'll need, okay? And then 50 drops per minute. Okay, and then of course if you got drops per minute, you know that you're always going to need the drop to figure something else out. Okay, you bought my book. Oh, thank you, Henny B. Yes, thank you. It's a whole chapter on it in my workbook. So yeah. All right, do we have in our puzzle pieces? Yes or no? Do we have hours? No. What is the rule for when you have puzzle pieces, but you don't piece that you need to start the goal with? Use your conversions. I've got minutes, but I know I need hours, right? Who is the NLC? What is Kevin LC? Okay, NCLEX mentor. That's why I was like, it cut off. I was like, Kevin, you changed your whole handle on here. Like, what does NLC mean? If y'all are that's look on my end. It looked different. Pin yourself. This is my dearest friend and mutual Kevin. He is the NCLEX extraordinaire. So if you are nearing the end of your program and you are trying to find sources and resources to go ahead and cross the rest of the burning sands into the land, he will help you get that pass on your NCLEX. Okay. All right, so we are going to start with 1 hour over 60 minutes. Okay, boom. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. So you see, we still go. So that is the number one rule. You always start with what you're looking for. That way you don't have to go and find it. Okay, everything else that comes behind will have to be canceled out. So you know if it's on the bottom, it's got to go to the top and cancel out. Make sense? All right, so we'll do this one now, okay? Flip it. So minute over 50 drops. Then we got drops on the bottom, right? So we'll do 20 drops per milliliter. Boom. And then we've got milliliters, so we'll put our 400 milliliters over 1. And everything is now gone except for the hours. Makes more sense to put you can put Micah tried it. You can put whatever you want. I swear you can. Whatever T.I. said, you could do whatever you like. But for me and my house, I'm always going to start with what I'm looking for because I know I have my goal and I won't get lost in the rest of the sauce of the equation. So, boom, 20 times 100 divided by 60 divided by 50 is going to be 2.66 repeating. So look, if you have hour right here, you have minutes that's behind the decimal. In order to see exactly how many minutes this is, I'm going to take these numbers that's behind the decimal. I usually just take the first two. If it needs to be rounded, you would see the certificate figures to round, okay? So that times 60. Why am I multiplying this to 60? Because there are 60 minutes in an hour. So 0.66 times 60 is going to be 39.4, which we would round to minute, which would be 40 minutes, okay? So my infusion time would be 2 hours and 40 minutes. Okay. Thank you, YouTubers, for tubing in tonight. Appreciate it. I am going to end the live so that it will be available for replay on my YouTube channel. And I'll see y'all on Work It Out Wednesday, 8 p.m. Alrighty.